Racquetball Tim here again for Game 2, Mark versus Maria. This is a gameplay analysis video, the second of two for Mark. Let's get to it. Mark won the first game. I think it was 11-6 or 11-5, something like that. Let's see how he comes out here in the second game, see if I can help him out. So in the first game, he had a lot of success with the drive serve to Maria's backhand, and his wallpaper serve to her backhand was also effective. Let's see if he sticks with that strategy or mixes it up. Looks like it's going to be a drive serve. There it is to the backhand. Comes off the back. Maria has to save it. So Mark, you were a little late getting out of the box there. Let's see if I can help you relocate better after a serve. So the challenge with the drive serve, for every person who hits a drive serve, is that the ball is moving so quickly toward the back that it gets to your opponent quick, fast, and then you are too far forward. Look how far forward you are. You're actually in front of the foot fault line. Let me see why that happened. Okay, so you start almost on the line. Oh, you're starting on the line. I like to start with both feet on the line. You're allowed to. This line back here, you're allowed to have your feet on the line but not over the line, in case anyone doesn't know that rule. The reason I start on that line is because I want to make sure that when I take my step forward, I'm not too far away from the dotted line. I see a lot of players, they start their drive serve almost up. That's actually too far. They start their drive serve here. Sometimes they'll foot fault, and sometimes they're way out of position. They're too far forward. Let's see what happens after you hit the serve. Where does it take your momentum? Okay, so you didn't foot fault. There's the serve, but watch how you fall forward. See that? Your right foot should be planted. The right foot should be planted, and it should pivot. Squish the bug is the term we use, that right foot right there. You should be squishing the bug, pivoting your foot, but it actually took you forward and way out of position, okay? That's something you're going to want to work on. That's the first time I've seen you do that. I'm going to have to watch later to see if you do that in other drive serves, or maybe you try to put a little extra mustard on this one, a little extra power. I'm not really sure, but we'll take a look at that. As a result, though, you're way too far forward. If she's making contact, look where you are. You're not behind the dotted line, okay? You're in the service box still, and you got a long way to go back here. As a result, you missed an easy setup. This is actually a setup, believe it or not. If you had gotten back in position, you would have a nice down-the-line pass or cross-court pass. You would have a much better position with your body, and your racket would be up, and you'd be able to take an offensive shot rather than a defensive shot. All right? So you try a little pinch there, and then Maria hits a cross-court, and you were moving forward, so she got you. So we'll look for that. We'll see if that drive serve footwork issue keeps coming up or if it's just kind of like a one-time thing. Good serve by Maria. I don't think you were ready for that one. Let's see, at the point of contact. Okay, there's a point of contact. Your knees are flexed. Feet should be wider apart so you can explode laterally. I like to have the pressure on the balls of my feet, so the inside of my feet. That way I can push outward on each side. You're a little too close, a little too upright, and it's not going to give you the explosion that you need to get to a serve that's just over the line, one like this, okay? And also you should be a lot lower. You're too high. So you lead with your right foot. You should be crossing over with your left. It's a good serve, and you barely get to it. I'm not sure. No, you just barely missed it. Okay, if you had been lower, and if you had been in a more explosive position with your feet, you definitely would have gotten to the serve. It was a good serve, but not perfect. May have been short, actually, too. Let's check the video evidence. Short. All right. So make sure you're nice and low on those, and you can cover those a lot better. Good serve like that. If you barely get to it, flick it to the ceiling. You got to respect the serve. Smart idea by Maria. She aced you on the forehand, so she goes to the backhand. There's her Z. Nice job cutting it off, going to the ceiling. Might have come off the back, though. Okay, so here's why you're missing the shot. You tried to go down the line. It looked like you tried to go down the line. And we talked about this in the last video, so I don't want to harp too much on it again. The ball's behind you. Do not let the ball ever get behind you. Move with the ball. You tried to go down the line, but the ball was way too far back in your in your hitting zone. So your racket angle is actually facing backward. It's back here, where it should be here for a down the line pass. So your contact point is too deep in your stance. It's about midpoint in your stance, which is basically a pinch. To hit a down the line pass, you want to have the contact point directly in front of your left foot. This is where your contact point should be, but your contact point's actually back here, which lends to shots that go this way, and you actually caught the front wall and side wall. So let's see what happens here. Front wall, side wall gives her an easy setup. All right, that's just a mechanical issue. Get behind the ball, and you won't have this problem anymore. Okay, let's see what she does with her shot. Oops, she skipped it. So you got a little lucky there. Let's see what you do this time. Looks like you're lining up for that Z, and sometimes you'll mix in a drive serve to her forehand here. Oh, you went to the backhand. I like it. Got your racket up. There's your pass down the line. Beautiful. You do a much better job on the forehand side getting your racket up than you do on the backhand side. So far. Now we're going to fix that. That's something we talked about, and you're going to have to incorporate that into your game. There's the wallpaper. Maria went to the ceiling. You respected her ceiling ball. Ball got behind you. Yep. Okay, good. Now that we've seen it a few times, I think we are able to fix it. So make that a conscious goal. If you're playing a match against somebody, just say, just make one goal. I'm going to not let the ball get behind me for this game. Don't work too much on mechanics during games because it's difficult. It's something you want to work on when you're practicing and drilling, like I mentioned before. But if you're playing a game with somebody, just make one goal. I'm going to not let the ball get behind me. That's a great serve. Wrong shot. Okay, so the ball came off the back. You got a nice easy setup. Maybe you're mixing it up because in the last rally you hit down the line and won the rally, so maybe you're thinking she's trying to guess down the line. You're going to mix it up with the cross court. Or maybe the ball was just took a funny bounce there and you're reaching for it and you ended up hitting a cross court by accident. Okay, if you're going to hit that, I would hit it way wider as well. This one's going to go right to her, like that. If you hit it wider, it's going to get around her. One of my favorite shots from this position, and one of the best kept secrets in racquetball, as anyone who's watched my videos knows, is the wide angle pass. It's the front wall, then the side wall, then it bounces, and then it wraps around behind your opponent. One of the best kept secrets in the game. It's a good way to play someone who's quick laterally, also tall players, because they cut off your cross court so well. This was just a kind of a weak cross court. She did save it to the ceiling, and you got kind of jammed there in the back left corner. It happens. Maria's lining up. She's kind of hitting not her normal drive serve there. I know she had some shoulder issues. It's interesting, she didn't really bend down for that one. She just kind of dropped it and hit it. She contacted it high too. And her normal contact point is much lower than that. And her drive serve just barely comes over the line. Let's see how you react to this. Okay, good. Turn, rack it up. So I used to practice this all the time. Turn, rack it up. Get back, turn, rack it up. I used to practice that by myself. You could do it at home. You could do it in your living room. You can do it on the court by yourself. But just really reinforce the fact that you're going to turn square to the sidewall and your racket will be up. And there's that high swing as well, that pendulum swing. Okay? Swinging up. Whee! We want to swing flat, Mark, flat. I know you can do it. During our drill sessions, you did it really, really well, and we started having some good results. So I absolutely believe 100% that you can incorporate that into your game. Oh, you missed an opportunity. If you're going to go ceiling, keep it to her backhand for sure. That ball was a setup, though. I would have pounded that down the line or cross court. It was about waist high. Okay, so I moved over here. I want to see what's going on with your drive serve. Okay, rack it up. Let's take a look at the steps here. I want to watch that back right foot. Yeah, it flies forward. See that? When you swing, it flies forward. So you're a front leg swinger. You want to keep your back leg on the ground. That should really help keep your weight back and keep pressure off your left knee. You don't want to develop knee pain. So pivot that back right foot, and it'll also help you it'll prevent you from getting out of position like this. You should be pushing back in position already. You should be pushing back here, but instead you're over here. All right? Pretty good Z though. Maria has to go to the ceiling. You should respect that and go back to the ceiling, and you missed it. It was a good ceiling by Maria. Not much you could do there. There's that Z she likes to hit. Too long. That was a weird serve. Oh, she got you with the wide angle. So there's the wide angle pass. It's not the right time to hit it. You shouldn't be hitting it when your opponent's behind you, but just for the purpose of learning, here's the wide angle. Hits the front wall, side wall first, wraps around your opponent. Such an effective shot. I hit it all the time in doubles. I hit it when I'm playing someone who's too far forward, and certainly against players who are tall and have good lateral movement. Jason Menino made the wide angle pass just a staple in his game, and he used it against professional players, so I know it works. Some of the best professional players, actually. Great ceiling ball there, Mark. Maria saves it. Get your racket up. Oh, you got jammed. If you get jammed and you're in trouble like that, good job. Go ceiling. You know, why try a shot that you shouldn't? Just as I say it, you tried a shot that you shouldn't, but I like it. Not that you shouldn't try this, but this should definitely be a pass or something a little safer. You hit a very good shot right down the line there. I guess it kind of was a pass. All right, take it back. Good shot. Very well done. Maria was impressed. She tipped her cap. She tipped her cap. English is hard. All right, we're back in the box. The drive serve's been working really well. To her backhand. Let's see what we do here. Also, that Z serve has been working well too because she's guessing. That was a good serve to her forehand. Get behind that. Good shot choice. Poor execution. Should have held up there. It should be a replay. She tries that reverse pinch. You covered it, and there's that shot that we tried earlier. Did you miss that one too? This is the exact same thing that happened in the previous video. Maria hits a reverse pinch. You're running forward. You got to get that racket up. See how you're facing forward again? And you're not square to the sidewall. Let's see. Did you skip this? No, you killed it. This one you actually killed. Good shot. Poor execution. So run up on those and square up to the sidewall. Get your racket up and hit that right down the line. Or pinch it. Well done, though. Can't argue with the execution there. Can't argue with the result. Back in the box, he's going with the, looks like the wallpaper to the backhand. That's your staple. Beautifully done. It really is a good serve. I love the wallpaper serve. You didn't get behind that one. I love hitting the wallpaper serve when someone just told me they bought a new racket. Because you hit it tight to that sidewall and they just do not want to swing. They're afraid. Alright, so I did this for the purposes of seeing your footwork. Kind of moving the camera around. So Maria is making contact. Again, you're too close with your feet. Get those wider apart. Pressure on the balls of your feet so you can push outward. Okay? It'll help you increase your explosiveness. There's that Z she likes to hit. A lot of steps right there. See the feet? A lot of steps. One of the phrases I really believe in on the racquetball court is economy of motion. Why take 10 steps when you can take 3? Okay? So she hits her shot. Let's see your little steps. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It took 11 steps and a little tiny step with your left there to get yourself in position. So too many steps. A lot of it comes with experience. A lot of it comes with just proper mechanics. Let's see where you are. So your court position was actually pretty good. She's hitting a high shot, so you're deep in the court. That's good. Basically what you want to do here, Mark, is just turn, square up to the sidewall with your racket up. And then when you're moving, you shuffle step. Okay? Should be shuffle stepping back here and adjusting to the ball. Let this ball drop too. Look how high this is. This ball's coming off the back. It's traveling downward. There's no reason to not let it drop. You contacted that waist high. Follow through. You tried to swing flat, and the shot missed it. You missed her down the line, and she put it away. Economy of motion. Square up to that sidewall as quickly as you can with that racket up, and you'll realize how few steps you have to take to get the job done. Good swing. She got to it. Oh, he went with the aggressive shot again. I like it. Just don't miss those. You got to hit a pass on those. No kills. No kill shots. Ball's just too high. It's hard to hit a kill shot. Even when you hit it that low, it bounces up. So it's just safer to hit a pass. You do not want to skip the ball on an overhead shot. Missed your ceiling again. Aim for those first set of lights. And looked like you were guessing, or you're looking for a pinch. This is something we teach at the racquetball camps. When your opponent's in the front court, do not look for the pinch. Say you're moving forward, you're looking for the pinch. Give up the pinch. You already made a mistake. You hit the ball in the front court. Don't make two mistakes by covering the pinch shot, which is a more difficult shot for her to hit. You should stay back and cover the pass. Force her to hit the most difficult shot there. And she hit a good pass. You actually could have had that if you had stayed back. Good serve to the backhand. Very smart ceiling ball. Smart. The ball's out of your hitting zone. You go ceiling. Oh, you got beat by the pass there. What happened? Where did you go? Let's see. You hit a smart shot, and you ran forward again. Apparently looking for the pinch, because look where you are. You're actually in front of the dotted line. Give up the kill shots. Cover the passes. It's one of the best ways to improve your game. And it's a simple fix, too. You can fix that right away. Just give up kill shots. Most people are afraid to get beat by the kill, so they cover the front court. But you're making it easier for your opponent. It's easier for your opponent to hit a pass or a ceiling. It's more difficult for them to hit a kill. So why would you cover the kill? Right? Cover the pass. Good save, Mark. Good ceiling ball. Keep it deep. Get back in position. Maria's playing tougher this game. She's keeping you deep in the court. That's a great shot. Ball came off the back. Let's see your mechanics. Racket's up. Should have your elbow up high so you can take an offensive shot, and you shouldn't let the ball get behind you. Not terrible, though. Let's see if you tried to swing flat here. Yeah, you had that pendulum swing a little bit. It's going to be a process. Contact point about, well, a little bit lower than waist high. It's better than before. And the shot choice, she's standing to the right side. I certainly would hit a cross court. She's almost blocking your cross court, but I would take a cross court there. Down the line, look, it came right to her. If that's not a kill shot, she can get that. So it's a little bit playing with fire, but you can't argue with the results. Good shot. Back in the box. We got some work to do. I think she's taken the lead in this game. You had won the first game. So you go back to the old bread and butter maybe, drive serve to the backhand. And I really think you should incorporate drive serves to the drive Zs to the forehand. In the first game, you saw her guessing a couple times when you hit a drive Z to the forehand. It should be something that you should notice and just build off of. You hit a drive serve to the backhand and then hit a drive Z to the forehand. Yeah, she's playing better now. Hitting that reverse pinch of hers. Get your racket up. Good. Nice cross court. Cut that off. Oh, you should have cut it off right there. Okay, this is a really good lesson right here. I like the shot choice here. Cross court. She's been really guarding your down the line pass. So good choice going cross court. Look, she's even moving the opposite way. See, she's trying to cover your down the line. So you crossed her up, and she just barely saves this. And what you have to do right here, and if you're watching this video and you want to get better at racquetball, to everybody else watching this video, I mean, cut this shot off right there. You got to hit that ball right there. Your opponent is way out of position. Way out of position. She's way over here. If you wait, now watch what she gets to do. She gets to go back in position. So even if you hit a pretty good shot here, she has a chance of covering it because she's in position. Had you cut it off early, right here, you have her out of position. So guess what you get to do? You can even hit a bad shot here, and sometimes you win the rally. You're putting the percentages in your favor. Okay? Ball comes off the back. There's your shot. She covers it because she was back in position. Let's see what you try here. This ball came way off the back. Your opponent's behind you. Number one, let the ball drop. See how high that is? I like the shot choice, reverse pinch. Oh, and you nailed it too. Let's see this in full speed. All right, it's really difficult to do what you did there, but let the ball drop nice and low, and I love the shot choice. Reverse pinch when she's behind you, nothing wrong with that whatsoever. A lot of times when you contact it that high and try to hit a reverse pinch, the ball will bounce up right to your opponent. It looked like it was a little short, maybe not. Good angle. Yeah, she's hitting a little better passes here. Also, you look a little winded. I know you missed some time with your knee issue. Cardio is one of your strengths, and it's understandable that you missed some time and maybe you get a little winded by game two. Also, I was working you pretty hard in the court with lessons. You hit about 1,000,000 shots. That's a great shot. Got her out of position. Give her the business there. It's like a body check. It's your shot. You're allowed to do that. And she has to kind of go around you, but that's your shot. You're allowed to be there. She was out of position. Racquetball is a physical sport. Maria's a tough girl. She can handle it. Comes the little backhand. Again, mix that up. I want to see low backhand low backhand wallpaper and high backhand wallpaper. Okay, so she's covering your down the lines really, really well here. This is just a shot selection issue. It's also a perception issue. You got during your games, Mark. I want you to pay a little more attention to what your opponent's doing and what they're not doing. So she's been covering your lines quite a bit. This was a decent down the line, but she still covered it because she leans that way. You're gonna want to cross her up more and look for opportunities to cross your opponent up more with cross-court shots. Okay. So down the line, good shot, and she just hit a better shot. If you had hit cross-court, you certainly would have been able to hit a more effective shot, and she would have had a much more difficult time covering it. She just hit a backhand ace. That was pretty lucky. So you just say nice shot. Sometimes that happens. Good serve. The return was down the line, which she seems to be doing really well at covering, and then she put it away. Okay, good idea here. This was a poor serve, but the mechanics, you got jammed, and you actually jumped when you hit. You're actually in the air. It's pretty cool. Whee, you're flying. So if you get jammed by a serve, normally you're going to want to go ceiling. This was kind of an opportunity to shoot the ball. I probably would have went ceiling because I got jammed. I like the shot choice down the line, but the result didn't work out for you. Getting jammed and trying to hit an offensive shot is a tough combo. If I get jammed, I go ceiling quite a bit. Good serve. Great ceiling ball. Keep those to the backhand. Very nice. And she missed it. Your ceiling ball down the line has really improved, Mark. You were hitting them pretty effectively. Got to hit more of them. Ceiling ball is one of those shots that's just so underused in racquetball. Okay, so this is going to be an issue for you. You have a very good drive serve, but a poor your relocation after your drive serve is poor. So you have this beautiful serve that's eliciting, it's getting you weak returns, but because you're so far forward, you're not getting to take advantage of the weak returns. Okay, so really plant that back foot. Make sure you plant that back foot and do not let your momentum take you forward. Because Maria had a weak shot here, but you have to hustle back now, and you miss your opportunity. Okay, so I like the drive serve. Now we got to work on the relocation. Rack it up. She's covering the line again, so you're just hitting it right to her. We've got to mix in the cross courts. She's back in the box. Drive serve to the backhand. She's covering the line again. Rack it up. Rack it up. Oh, would you hit that? Ball got behind you and you hit a beautiful little pinch there. Let's take a look at that. Those shots make you feel good. So the ball comes off the back. You're a little bit late on it. Look, she's covering your line again. So a pinch is not a bad choice too. Side wall, front wall, boom. Very nice. Yeah, if I got an opponent who leans to the left, you see a lot of pros do that too, like Ben Croft on the Pro Tour. He leans to the left a lot. I know Jose Rojas does that as well. And they're very susceptible to a pinch or a cross court. I'm a big believer in staying behind the dotted line, equal distant from left to the left, from the left wall to the right wall, so you can cover both sides of the court. By leaning to one side, you're giving up something. You're giving up real estate. You're giving up certain shots. I just don't believe in that. a good opponent's going to take advantage of your court position if you're leaning one way. Good wallpaper. Move the camera over so we can see some of your backhands here. And that looked like a fatigue shot. You look like you're a little winded. That mean instructor Tim was making you hit a million shots. Good choice on the ceiling. Down the line's a good choice. Get your racket up, Mark. Rack it up. She got you there. Game 2 in the books. Mark, you did fantastic. I really enjoyed your visit this time. I thought you worked really hard during the practice sessions, and I like the progress that you're making in your game. Hopefully the stuff that I pointed out in these 2 videos is enough to get you on the right track, and hope your knee heals up so you can keep playing more and more, because with experience, comes improvement in skill. I'll see everyone else on the court.